I'm over here
Look at
looking at
look
that gum
look at
block with
that
it.
toenail. Look at that toenail right there. Oh man, that's a nice toenail.
Don't do that shit. Oh shit.
And that's all I have to say about that.
What are you doing out there? Get me a cup of tea.
Good. Oh. Okay, dear. I'm coming. Go. Go. I don't need the stem. Here's this pepper here. Tastes kind of sweet. But I know it's going to keep up on me. It does have a sweet flavor. It's good. But it is starting to get warm. They are good. But it's getting warm. Just a second, folks. Dehan, bring me a popsicle, quick! Hurry! Ah! Oh, that burns! Oh!
I laced it with hot sauce.
Boy, she's an evil woman. I could not believe she did that to me, man. I went to use that popsicle like a suppository, and she doused it with hot sauce. And who gave Noodles? Who gave Noodles a wrench? He took my wrench away, and he still has a wrench. And he was demanding people time me on out. So Noodles, it's your turn. Somebody time out Noodles. Come on, time him on out. People were demanding that he would time me on out. Let's see here. Moose, who else is in here that can time him on out? You're the only other wrench that I see right now. Moose, can you time him out? Please, pretty please. Time him on out. This just ain't fair, him coming into my chat. And after all I've done for him, you son of a gun, you. Oh, man. Hey, Philly. Noodles, Moose, and Dale. How's Dale doing this evening? Yeah, you're delusional, Pretzel. You're delusional. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's a good timeout. Good job. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, that's for saying that Noodles is the best, or that you're the best. We all know who's the best here. Ain't no doubt about who's the best here. I'm the best. And really, Philly, I just got to say, I think you have a very unhealthy relationship Um, with Noodles, it's you're trying to push it a little bit too far, and I really don't think he's ever going to have sex with you. So I don't know what to tell you, but I'm just saying I really don't think he will. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Hello, Tiger Kitty. Oh wow, it's been you know what? I haven't seen Fiddlers on the Roof since I think it was what 1972 or something like that, or 74. And I don't think I care to ever watch that movie again. That was so boring. Yeah, I went on up there and finished that dirt work up there today. Left the tractor up there because it's closer to where I'm going to be at with it tomorrow. I got to go up and start working on the sawmill. Get it moved on. Start moving it down here. But I need the tractor up there to be able to load things with. So I'll go up in the morning, grab the tractor, and head up Whiskey Butte and start getting that sawmill again tomorrow. That's the plan, anyway. You did watch several Mexicans on the roof. I've seen that too, Kevin. Man, I tell you what, for all those of you that do go over to Noodles, does it feel like that you're going to an after church gossip social when you go over there now? It just seems to me like that's all his life seems to turned on into is it's just like going to an after church gossip social. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. Lolly this. Let's see here. Berg that. Michelle this. Who else? I don't know. I don't even remember all the names that they discuss. Chickens were making ruckus. Did you ever feel that cage there, Moose? You did hear a hawk in the woods? Oh, a raccoon committed suicide. It was very sad. Yeah, I hate seeing those raccoons do that. Sometimes that happens, though. That does happen from time to time. Yeah, I'm just waiting for Krista to show up. I do owe her a timeout, too. Billy, Krista, and who was the other? And there were three of them that kept on timing me on out. No, he didn't. Probably, I'm sure he didn't even know, but he might have, Kevin. You never know. You know how much truth there is to that, Moose? There's a lot of truth to that. Matter of fact, with my signature, I could write my own prescriptions. One word looks like a fart sounds. Oh, I can't show that, Noodles. I can't show that, Noodles. But we take your wrench away. I mean, well, we just can't have you with a wrench on in here anymore. You took my wrench away, so I took your wrench away. Yeah, that's for calling me names. How does it feel, Noodles, not being able to chat? Your bottle says high life. Lolly paid for Michelle's computer for next month. Cool. That's nice. So, you know what? Lolly seems like a real nice gal. Hey, Rinda. How's Rinda this evening? I seen your video on. I was going to say Loverboy, but I won't go there. Oh, Frank even timed out Noodles. Airballs, Tim. No, I didn't see it, Moose. I heard video Rinda talking about it though. Hey, Sandra. To get up my YouTube lawn. Yep, that's me. Did you see my comment I left on your video, Sandra? I mean, you don't have to go look at it now if you haven't yet. Or just whatever. See, I have an eye for those things, Sandra. I have an eye for those things. Well, I did get another box of tomatoes. I just don't feel like doing roasting the tomatoes. I'm too lazy to do it on the fire this evening. I'm just going to roast them in the oven. And that ain't no entertaining to do on video. I had thought about doing it on live stream and do a fire, but it's really doing it on the fire is a lot of work, but it turns out so much better. Oh, you only filled up 2 bottles, and the rest of them were well. Okay, they were full of air. They were full of air. You feel that you put herbs in 2 bottles, and the rest of them were just full of air. You roasted leftover microwave pizza in the microwave. Actually, you know what? Leftover pizza is good. Oh, you only ate half ate half lunch at lunch tomorrow. Oh, half is for lunch tomorrow. Okay, you had a cheesesteak for dinner. I gave the pizza to my wife. I had potato chips and beer. I got that. I seen that moose before you corrected me. I figured that on out. I seen the comma on in there. Oh, oh. Only on the inside, Moose. Only on the inside. And some of the windows on the lower half, the parts where I can reach. I'm not, my wife doesn't trust me on a ladder anymore. And I have half a notion to start a fire on out here, but I'm not going to be out all that long. And out in the sun, it's nice and toasty warm, but here in the shade, it's a little chilly. It's starting to feel like fall is on the way. Let's see here. And the tip is just right in the recliner. You're looking for bears. You want a link? Okay, just 1 second here. Let me get you a link here. There you go. There's a link. Like to hold on to your bears for a while. You know what, Kevin? I'm not going to ask you about your reclining temperature. Oh, Sandra, basically, like today, I went on up there, did a little tractor work. Last couple of days, I've been doing some tractor work with it, with the Kubota, leveling out some dirt piles. Grabbed a box of tomatoes. I do a little bit when I'm working up there. Grab it, working on get the sawmill. I'll put a little bit up on there. Not a huge amount, seriously, Sandra. But I put up little odds and ends stuff on the share cast. Not much about anything, just whatever I might be doing if I feel like uploading the Sharecast. I mean, if you wanted to go out and check it, go on to Marco Polo, check it out, and then remove it from your phone again. I mean, you can do that because I will be posting that link from time to time. You don't have to. I made the mistake of doing a Sharecast the day before yesterday, where it was like 20 minutes long, nothing me just running the tractor and the camera never moved and stuff. I'm not going to be doing anything like that. It'll be only 2 or 3 minute share cast, maybe several of them, but I'm not going to leave the camera running anymore for long periods of time. That's just too boring. I wrote our phone number on every bathroom wall in 15-mile radius. We are bound to get a hit soon. Uh-oh. Yeah, actually, Moose is right. I've actually been using my Sharecast for what's that? What's that called? Anyway, it gets pretty romantic on there, but it costs you. I use it for as an OnlyFans. Foot fetish videos, yeah. You know what? I should do more videos of my toenails on there. No, I can't. I can't. I got to watch what I do on there because I got family members that watch that. Hairy toe women rule. Yeah, that would be considered a foot fetish there, Kevin. I'm not interested in the fortune moose. I'm not. I'm really not interested in it. Somebody wants to look at me for my feet. I don't care, but I'm not interested in marketing it. On the other hand, if somebody wanted to donate me some money onto my PayPal, hey, I would take the donations. But I'm not going to make videos just so somebody will PayPal me. Speaking of fetching a beer, do you guys remember that YouTube video that was out years ago? I mean, long time ago. Um, it was some guy was come over to show off his hunting dog, but how smart it was. And he told his dog to go fetch him a beer. So the dog ran over to his truck, hopped up in the bed, opened up the beer cooler, grabbed the beer out of the beer cooler, and brought it back to the master. He says, "Yeah, I'd like to see your hunting dog do that." The old farmer, the old hillbilly says, "Okay, fetch me a beer." His dog lunged at the guy, grabbed a hold of his nuts. The beer went flying up in the air, and the old farmer caught the beer. Yeah, ouch is right. I got to put this back in live chat again. Hey, Mystic Unigon. Yeah, ouchie is right. But hey, it worked. It got him a beer. They used to have some really, really good videos back in the day. I remember one where there was a pride of lions laying out in the shade of a single tree out in the middle of the deserts of Africa. And here's this antelope running through the desert or plains or whatever it was. And the music's playing, something like Born Free or something like that. And the camera kept on switching back and forth to this antelope running full speed, and then the pride of lions laying underneath the oak tree or underneath the shade tree, watching, and then back to the antelopes, and then back to the pride of lions, back and forth, all the way up to where that antelope ran head first right on into that tree and knocked them on out. And the lions just laid there, licked their lips, and said, lunch. I think it was actually titled Bad Day. It looked like a National Geographic video. Mike's Harder Lemonade. Really, Kevin? What was his name? Oh, her. Her only. That was just Moose. Oh, nobody's here. Your mommy's not home yet, Stir Fry. Nobody's here. You're blind as a bat. You can't see across the yard anyway to know if anybody's home. She saw a shadow. How you don't have gag reflex. I think what Moose was saying, he wants the link. Send the link to Planet Moose. He wants that link to her OnlyFans. You didn't save it. What do you mean you didn't save it? What kind of man are you? Then he gave you $20 for your services. Boy, that doctor's a cheap one, Ben. You need to find a new doctor. I mean, you could have. It was easily worth 50. Did you give him a reminder that you'll be back in 6 weeks? It's every 6 days. Oh, okay. He can't even go 2 weeks. For anybody that cares, I see Troll Conspiracy is live. But I'm not too eager to go to an after church gossip social. He's a homosexual. Man, you know what, Moose? I know who won the race on Saturday, but it pissed me off. I didn't put enough time being that they had a rain delay or something. I didn't get to see, like, I think it was like the last 25 laps of the race or something like that. My recording shut off. But I know Hamlin won the race, and Martin Truex is still in, and Logano's out. And your hero did really good. Your favorite driver, I don't know where he placed, but he had a really good race. Or your favorite did. Yeah, it's on YouTube. I think it's on YouTube now. I could watch the end of it now. Oh, he won't have nothing to do with it because the Chevy didn't win. He won't talk about NASCAR unless the Chevy wins. Yep, Ty Gibbs. He did really good. Your favorite driver. Let's see what Bobby Sprinkle has said on it. See if he's got anything. Yeah, he does go on live stream. He did a he did a live stream here a few days ago and was live streaming the football game. That's where uh, Planet Moose went on in and claimed to be CBS and said the cops were on their way, and he took a stream right down. My opinion, what happened about Alabama versus Florida 6 hours ago. He's not saying anything about NASCAR. You consider when it starts in the morning. Incoming boner alert. Oh, that's right. It was actually CBS. That's right. It was actually CBS. I know. I remember now because CBS actually there were two CBS and detectives that came on in here was looking for information. Well, some people are just flat out evil. You know what? Oh, he was interrogated by the CBS legal division. Oh man, they're down hard. They're getting down hard on Bobby Sprinkle, man. They're on for him. They told him not to leave his house. It sounds like Bobby's tied up in a ring of these people that are restreaming their content. Alabama waterboarding is when the detective pees on your forehead. That's a good one, Kevin. We call that uh, adequate, adequate hydration and a good time in general. Adequate. I'm not saying. I don't think I'm pronouncing that word right. Fajita was actually fast enough that she snatched up a ground squirrel yesterday and killed it. Adequate. I still don't know what it is, guys, so laugh at me. Oh, adequate. He's spelling like I do. That's why I couldn't read it. It did. It fried my brain. That's what I was trying to think if he meant to type, JR. And by the way, good evening. I wonder how Rick's doing up there at his daughter's house. Sounds like he was pretty busy. Let's try to spell them correctly so I can read them, Ben. Not that I know anything about spelling correctly. By the way, do y'all know what the only word in the dictionary that is spelled incorrectly is? In the Webster dictionary, there is one word in all the Webster dictionaries that is spelled incorrectly. Do y'all know what word that is? Yeah, that's not what you spelled the first time. Come on, you guys, tell me what one word is in the Webster dictionary that isn't spelled incorrectly. Yep, Moose got it. Moose got it. That's the first time you did it, Ben. Wait a second, maybe you did. Oh wow, you did. You did. I stand corrected, Ben. You did spell it correctly the first time. Hooked on phonics. I'm learning to read. Well, you know what? In my defense, I'm not used to reading the word adequate. I'm used to having the word inadequate thrown at me all the time. So that's my defense. I could have sworn that that it was a K that you spelled it with on in there. Yeah, I know because I could have sworn I seen a K on in there, Moose. I mean that's why I read it wrong. I know there's no K. I went back and I looked, but I don't know. I don't know why I seen a K there. I was seeing things. That must be. It must be the mushrooms. How long have I been smoking PCP? That's one thing I have never tried. I've never tried PCP. Unfortunately, I can't use that for an excuse, Ben. Only, yeah, I have tried that. And boy, them was some psychedelic colors that I've seen. The last time I tried it, the skin on my face was melting, and I never tried it ever again afterwards. Gosh, that was a long time ago. Now that's being scared straight. Don't worry, Grizz. You is kind. You is smart. You is handsome. Yeah, I is. Yeah, he is. He's full of compliments for me. I appreciate that. I need those ego builders. I are bright. Not tonight, Junkyard. I I would kind of like to start a fire. I might start a fire later on tonight and cook something on the fire, but here pretty quick. I got to get up here and start roasting the tomatoes in the oven, get them ready to make some more sauce. Oh my, yeah. You know, I can honestly say I never did see any of those movies. I've had people show me pictures, and I was like, I don't need to see any of this. But I did get a kick out of, about 10 years ago. I'd go over to my 10, 15 years ago, I'd go over to my hunting partner's house, and it was my hunting partner, two of my hunting partners. It was a brother and sister married a brother and sister. And so Dean and Sa- Dean and Dean and Sam were brother-in-laws, but Sam married Dean's sister, and Dean married Sam's sister. So kind of a strange situation, but that's not incest, okay? Nothing wrong with that. But anyway, I'd go over to their place. We'd have happy hour over at their place, and Sam's wife told me, she says, "Yeah," she says, I've never seen John Holmes. I've always wanted to see a picture of John Holmes. I've always wondered what he was like." I thought, wow, no kidding. So, well, then I made the excuse about a half hour later, made the excuse that I had to go in and use their bathroom. And Betty, she always left her computer on, no safety pictures, didn't, never locked anybody out because everybody was always using the computer in her house. So I went on in to use the bathroom and went up to the computer and typed in John Holmes and found a picture that was just perfect for her. And I put it up as her screensaver on her computer. Didn't say a word to her. Didn't say a word. Came out a little bit later, and she every evening she would go on the computer, and what was that game she'd play with other friends and family that she'd been playing for years? Some card game that Pinochle. They'd play Pinochle online. And, there's a group of them that'd play Pinochle together and stuff every evening at a certain time. Well, happy hour got done, and a bunch of us are still out there chatting. And Betty goes in the house to play her game of Pinochle with her friends on the computer. She gets in there, sits down on the computer, turns it off, And she let out a shriek that woke up the whole neighborhood. Then I told her I could change that screensaver if she wanted me to. She's, oh no, don't you dare touch my screensaver. Moose, that scared me straight. I'll never eat ramen noodles again. Never again. And I'm almost worn off of not quite, but it'll probably be a while before I can eat popcorn again. Fresh strawberries and ice cream, yum. Yeah, it did take up the whole screen. I could not believe when she turned to the computer, she let out a scream though. And it was a scream of delight. Her son that wanted to beat my ass over that. Oh, who knows, JR? Who knows? I guess some people just don't have any pride. Some people are just desperate for attention, I guess. I don't know what it is, but it's not normal. Debbie Dunn Dallas, yeah. All of Dallas and then some. Those noodles that he was eating, a friend of mine, he loves those noodles. He gets them all the time. I'm going to show him that video. I'll bet you he never eats them again either. Well, if he can answer, I'm going to block him. He's not welcome here. Yeah, he's watched. Well, maybe he can make a video on why he does that stuff. But if he does, please don't. Please, you guys don't tell me about it. Who is Ramen? I think Ramen is his first name is it's Noodles Ramen 1980. I think Ramen is his last name. And I'm about ready to go make myself a pot of coffee. I might have another cup on in there. I'll be right back. I'm going to go look real quick. See if there's. I wouldn't mind even having a cold cup of coffee. Oh, Fajita's over there barking at a squirrel. She's barking at a squirrel. Cool. My wife was already making a pot of coffee. Already had it on. You'll be done pretty soon. Trying to rain. Oh boy. I think next week we're supposed to get a few showers. We usually don't have bad weather through October. Usually October is still pretty hot and dry here. It used to be nice and wet all through hunting season, but last 20 years it's been a lot drier. And kind of the last week of October we started getting some rain. So last week, maybe 2 weeks. And then that's when the hunting gets good. Good evening, tennis shoes. Gonna eat supper and be back in a little, okay? I think I'm going to do a little bit of hunting, but it's just going to be right here on my property. I'm not going to go pound the brush anymore. I can't do that anymore. Now, I know a person is worth $1.2 billion. I know I'm not that person because I sure ain't worth that. $1.2 billion? Holy cow. Who do you know that's worth $1.2 billion? I want to adopt him as my uncle. Cost $6 billion to get 5 people out of Iran. Oh my. $6 billion to get 5 people out of Iran. I hope they were worth it. Here's my take. I mean, I don't like war, but I'd lay down the law. I'd be saying, hey, look, you have American prisoners over there, you release them to us, or there's going to be hell to pay. We're coming on in and we're getting them live or dead or whatever, but we're going to make sure you lose a whole lot more. I would not be coddling them over that shit. I mean, you have to show these countries that you mean business when it comes to holding Americans hostage. I mean, you don't let them get away with nothing. Otherwise, it keeps on going. Hey, out of the wire. I'm worth over $1 billion than I want to take out alone with me as collateral. I need out of the wire. I need another moderator in the channel. So I know you don't like being a moderator, but when Noodle shows up, I need your help. If I'm worth over $1 billion, then I want to take out a loan with me as the collateral. If only it worked that way. I didn't figure you would. The only thing that I ask when you time them on out is that you tell them why you're timing them on out, like such as those words aren't acceptable in this chat, or be respectful to the host. I don't care what it is, but all I request is that you come up with a lame reason to time them on out. It doesn't matter how lame the reason is, but we got to have a reason for doing the timeouts. No matter how lame the reason is. And sometimes it can be, I just felt like it. I'll show you my mule. I'll give you the senior citizen discount. Yeah, exactly. If he says hello the wrong way, he's gone.
No.
I couldn't believe that creep took my wrench and gave it to everybody else. Actually, I'm not one of those guys, and I know you're not either, one of those guys that are wrench hungry. If you was wrench hungry, I wouldn't be giving you it. Thank you, hon. My wife, I have her trained just right. She brought me a cup of coffee, but I haven't trained her on how to use the cast iron skillet correctly yet. She thinks it's used for whipping me in line and not cooking with. Thank you, honey. Is that a Shetland pony? I like getting timed out. What I hate, getting timed out doesn't bother me. Here's what does bother me is the censorship that YouTube does. You never know if your comment's going through. I'm constantly have to check. Did that comment go through? Huh? She's off up on the hill over there chasing squirrels. She can be. I don't care if she chases squirrels up on the hill. That's the only thing that has a wrench has an advantage. At least you don't have to worry about did your comment go through. YouTube needs to fix that, censoring all this stuff that they do. I mean, that's a real aggravation. I mean, if you don't have a wrench, you can't even type in the word redneck. And even if you do have a wrench, I'm not sure that if it goes through or not. But why is YouTube censoring the word redneck? I mean, I know Junkyard remembers redneck. I don't remember the rest of his name. I know a number of you guys remember redneck. You tried to type in his name, and it would take it on out. You couldn't call it redneck, and that was his name, his YouTube name. It's a good coffee. Yeah, they don't mind showing you scam commercials, but you can't say redneck. They don't mind letting the commercial, these ad companies bamboozle you with crap. But if they feel like you're saying something that's not politically correct or scientifically correct in their eyes, they take it down. It's like, this is bullshit. And half the stuff half the advertisements that you see on there is not scientifically correct, but they're paying money for it. Yeah, I bet liberal will go through, but redneck sure won't. I wouldn't doubt if they end up blocking the word Republican someday. You'll be able to say Democrat, but you can't say Republican. Oh man, that sounds good. Apple butter biscuits. I love me some good apple butter. We still have about 20 half pints from last year when I made a bunch. I like putting peanut butter and apple butter on top of my pancakes or waffles. Fatty Patty coming on. LBGTABCDEF will go through. You forgot the Q. You forgot the LBGTQ ABCDEF. I mean, I don't get why people. You can say black pride, but why can't people say white pride? What's wrong? What is wrong with white pride? And I'm not talking about the in the racist sense. I'm not talking about I am proud of being white. Does that mean that I think I'm any better than a black brown person or a yellow person? Heck no. But I'm proud of my heritage. So what's wrong? What's wrong with being proud to be being proud of being white? Why is that considered a bad thing? You're on a diet till tomorrow. Just a second, I'll be right back. Man, I was just checking the Marco Polo picker. Rick, he's out visiting his daughter. And man, I was just checking the Marco Polo picker. Oops, I forgot to turn this on down. Forgot to turn that back down. But anyway, he cooked some hot dogs on the grill. Dang, they looked good. I mean, Iron Dog needs to check that on out and see how Picker Rick is cooking those, because they look much better than steam cooked hot dogs. Oh, there's no such thing as too much butter there, Junkyard. No such thing as too much butter. Yeah, well, water and hot dogs do not mix. Yeah, they did. Those steaks and hot dogs look great. Now I would show the hot dogs on here from Marco Polo. I know that Rick wouldn't care, but I'm afraid that I would let it jump to the next Marco Polo, and I don't want it to get on out there what Moose Knuckle said about Iron Dogs cooking on there. My hot dogs are blackened. And you know what? I'll take my blackened hot dogs any day over a steamed cooked hot dog. You would eat dogs cooking? Right. I know how much you really liked his bacon that he cooked on up. You was really impressed with his bacon. Do you remember that cooking video, Junkyard? When Doug took a bunch of free bacon out of the freezer, flopped it, it was still frozen, and he started frying up those hot dogs, and there was so much ice in there, and just like it's about a half-inch deep of water. Then he was frying the bacon in. Do you remember that video, Junkyard? That was funny. Don't knock it until you try it. I ain't trying that. Now, I do take frozen chicken on out and throw it right on the fire and grill it and cook it until it's done. But that water dripping completely free. So it's like thawing it as well as cooking it. But I ain't going to set it in a pan and boil it. Steamed biscuits. Zach biscuits and canned gravy. My wife makes some really good biscuits, but our gravy is lacking because we don't eat the sausage, and the turkey sausage isn't as good in the sausage gravy and biscuits. So we're lacking on that part of it. Yeah, if he had a thought at first, Junkyard, but he didn't. He thought it as he was cooking it, and then it turned into boiled bacon. By the way, have you guys seen? It looks like a kind of a griddle. I haven't had one, but a friend of mine has one. It looks like a griddle. It's black and it's made for thawing out steaks and chickens and stuff. But it looks like a griddle. It's all black, and you set your meats on it, and it thaws out the chicken like 4 times the amount of time, 4 times the speed. It only takes like a steak only takes like 10 minutes to 10, 15 minutes to thaw out on it. And you don't plug it in, no electricity, no batteries to it or nothing. It's just the way it's designed. It pulls it puts the heat or whatever right on into the chicken to thaw it on out. Just do country gravy then. If you don't do sausage, just put some black pepper in. That's what we do. And we put some hard boiled eggs in it too, with salt and pepper, and it's decent. But I mean, let's face it, I mean, country gravy's got to have sausage to put on biscuits to be really good. But we just don't eat that, and the chicken sausage doesn't quite cut it for that, or the turkey sausage. Take a pork loin, stuff it with apple, butter, wrap in bacon, and throw it on the pit. Good eats. Bad for you, but it tastes great. I'm just jealous. You know what? My burned chicken last night was delicious. That was some good chicken I had last night. We tried to make jerky out of bacon. And to make jerky, you got to get rid of the fats. I'll bet you if you made jerky out of bacon, it tastes pretty dang good if you cut the fat all on out. Wouldn't be much meat left of the bacon. Made it crisp. Yeah, and when I don't like crispy bacon. Pea meal bacon jerky. Where's Christy? Grizz just cooked a perfect steak. I'm the best. Yes, I am the best. I made the perfect steak, and you know it. I hope with your steak, I hope you didn't eat it like finger food like Noodles did. Ah. Microwaves were invented to cook bacon. And turkeys. You microwave your turkey every year? That doesn't seem appetizing to me. Unless you're talking about the leftover turkeys. Pea hole bacon. Man, that guy when I was doing the tractor work, we all total we have, I think it's eight or 10 turkeys stuck in the freezer, and like I think 4 or 5 of them are from last year that just never got ate. So when winter gets here, We're taking those turkeys on out and thawing them on out. And we're going to make, debone them, and some of us going to make some turkey sausage. I don't know how to make turkey bacon. Not even going to try that. But I will make a bunch of turkey sausage and cut a bunch of steaks to refreeze. Can up a bunch of it into stew meat. $1 per pound until it reaches a nice 98 degrees. uh-huh. You microwave sardines that place you don't like. Ooh, boy, I'll bet you that gets a ripe in there. That is messed up. That is messed up. I wonder what would it be like throwing a sardine on a manifold. They weren't happy. I bet they weren't. About the same smell as a turd. Microwave chicken livers and tartar sauce. Yeah, that guy was crazy. Why would he do that, Moose? Why would anybody microwave chicken liver in tartar sauce? Good evening, Chairman. For being an effing weirdo. I once put a pack of open catfish bait behind a dude's truck. See, in school it was 100 degrees. Oh no! Oh no! That's funny. Oh man. You must have got that from grumpy old men. Oh, that was JR that did that. Hey, you must have got that from the movie Grumpy Old Men, JR. Oh. I think there's some stuff that I wouldn't be able to handle. I have gutted a deer that was gut shot, and that's about as bad as I can. I couldn't stomach it. I mean, I was gagging, I was throwing up, I had mucus coming out my nose. I mean, it was so nasty. And that's the worst some of this other stuff I can get away from quickly, but that's the worst I've ever been through. I'd set my truck on fire. Yep, me too. Because had stink bait on his hands when a guy came around camping and shaking people's hands. No, that doesn't ruin the meat on the deer. Gut shooting them doesn't ruin the meat, but it's nasty gutting them on out. I imagine if you let them die of being gut shot, that their adrenaline or something, it might make the meat worse. But usually after their gut shot, somebody will get a quick shot in afterwards too and put it out of its misery. And the chicken livers and tartar sauce was 10 times worse, man. That might be true if it's but I've never ran into that where it ruined the inner loins. But then again, I shouldn't talk like what I know what I'm talking about there, because it was my nephew that got shot that deer, and it was a one-time deal. That's the only gut shot deer that I've ever dealt with. So I'm not going to say that I know from a huge experience, lots of experience on it, because I mean that was my nephew got shot at. I got him in the back of the neck shortly afterwards, and that was it. I parted the truck once, and the wife blew chunks. I was proud of that one. She was pissed. You used to butcher deer for a side job, so you probably had more experience with it than Moose than I had. Because, like I said, I've only had the experience with that one gut shot, and it didn't ruin anything. Because I mean, from the time that it was gut shot till the time I had it gut out was probably a half hour. And as soon as I gutted out, they say you're not supposed to, but I didn't care. I took it down to the creek and threw it in the. We threw it in the creek, and let the water rush over it and rinsed it, washed it out really good. Then we loaded it up in the truck and brought it back to camp. JR, that reminds me. Where I grew up at was right next door to a dairy farm, and they would run, periodically they'd run the honey wagon around over the fields, the grazing fields. I mean, for those that don't know what a honey wagon is, it's a big old wagon that full of cow manure, and they spray it out over the fields, dump it out over the fields for fertilizer. And in Redding, California, it gets pretty hot and warm. You get a breeze and stuff, and when they're running the honey wagons out on the field, fertilizing those fields with all that fresh cow manure, and it's ripe, and it's a warm day and stuff. And the breeze blowing across the roadway. My brother Rick was coming over to my folks' house for 4th of July, I think it was. So it's summertime. Redding, that time of year, it's 100, 105 degrees. And They go by, drive by the field, and my two nieces, the windows were down. All of a sudden, they says, "Oh, Dad, what's that smell? Did you fart? You farted, Dad." My brother Rick, he pushes out his chest. He's, "Nope, that's not mine. But if it was mine, I'd be damn proud." Yeah, this deer wasn't laying on its back. I can tell you that much. And his bladder wasn't hit either. Natural honey, yep. Yeah, my brother Rick, he was, yeah, if that was mine, I'd be damn proud. Yeah, I'm sure, Moose, I'm sure there's so many variables to it. Oh boy. Picture that got ripe. It smelled like a buck for a month. I mean, I really do miss hunting like we did back in the good old days when we get out there and pound the brush. I really do miss that. And we have so much country out here that it's really easy to find places to get out there and pound the brush and hunt. I mean, like from my house here, if you go up the hill and over the hill to the next house, would be like probably about 40 miles and that's if you took an airplane and flew from here, due north from my place, you wouldn't see another house for 40 miles. And there's all sorts of country out here like that. Put fox piss on a sock and put it under one of the kids' beds at Reform School. Got your ass whooped for that one, yep. You think the pickup seats Junior must have. Well, I think I'm going to get off here, guys. I need to start roasting those tomatoes. I got to get busy on it. We'll catch y'all later. Have a good one.